this is the Sun Woman. Thank you so much for tuning in this month for your monthly Suncasts for the new moon cycle. We have a super new moon in the sign of Aries from April 7th. The cycle goes through to May 6th, and so we're going to be doing the individual sign readings for each of the 12 signs. Before that, just a couple quick announcements. I want to thank everyone who posted their questions on my Facebook page during the month of March. We were going through an eclipse season, which was a very interesting time of the year for all of us. So just to try and help out a little bit, I did do about 40 free mini readings, 2-card readings for those of you who subscribe to my channel and liked my Facebook page. And again, I'm so happy for the overwhelming response to that offer, and I was so happy and thrilled by the feedback that I received. I decided that I'm going to be offering the 2-card mini readings as a regular service. So if you have a burning question, or if you would like to just try out a reading with me, you can go to my website and you can order a Sun Insight 2-card mini reading. And the great thing about this is that if you do the mini reading and you love it and you decide that you want a full 60 to 90 minute reading with me, I will credit the cost of the mini reading to your full reading. So you'll pay a discounted price for that full reading. Again, thank you so much for everyone who posted your questions, and the mini readings, just so you know, will be delivered either by email or by messenger on Facebook, okay? So thank you again. Now, we are, as I said, in a super new moon cycle, and this new moon is in Aries. So, you know, as with all new moons, this is a period of new beginnings, but the great thing about the super moon, you know, it is closer to us, closer to the earth, and may very well be visible to everyone. It's going to have a greater influence on us and our life choices. The new moon in Aries is going to really push us to do something new and to see that we have outgrown our old way of being and thinking, okay? So things are not going to be the same as they were at the beginning of 2016. Now, we do have a Mars retrograde, which is from April 17th through to June 29th. That's in Scorpio. So that's going to be affecting Scorpio and the sign of Aries strongest. That is a time not to push forward with plans. It really is a time to take a look at what you've already done, strategize about what you've already done. You don't want to put new plans into action. Some things that you put into action may kind of lose their momentum. So you want to really go back over things that you've been thinking about, reworking your projects, rethinking connections or relationships, you know, to be sure that this is exactly what you want. It's a brilliant time for resting. It's an excellent time to recharge your batteries, and then you get ready to launch forward when Mars moves direct, and that will be in June, okay? We also have our friend Mercury going retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And I'm sure everyone is familiar with that. Not really a time to move forward with communications or really start a new job or start a new project. You know, if you have to, if you get a job during that time and, you know, you really need to take it, then you take it, of course. But know that whatever you put into motion during a Mercury retrograde, it may change when Mercury goes forward. So with Mercury retrograde and with Mars retrograde, you just want to rework things that you've already been planning or that you've already put into action between now, the new moon in Aries, and say the mid-month. You want to get your ducks in a row and move forward, and then as the planets are going backwards, kind of sit back and review everything that you've done before. Again, this has to do with relationships, business, any type of projects you're working on. The point of astrology is that it is a weather report for us. It's a weather report for human affairs. So if the forecast says it's going to be rainy one day, you want to take your umbrella and your rain boots, okay? You don't want to go out in a bikini unless it's really hot, you know, wherever you are, and then you might want to do that. If it's going to be sunny and beautiful, then you know you can put on your shorts and go and you know, have fun outdoors. So that's what astrology is about. It really is just a forecast, a weather forecast for us to gauge the best timing to put our plans in action. And it's great to work when the force is behind you, and Mother Nature, of course, is the force that influences us and all things on the earth. So thank you again for all of your support to my channel. Thank you for becoming, for liking my Facebook posts. I'm putting new things up pretty much every day, great articles. I will be listing some websites that are some of my favorite sites for astrology so that you can look more into Mars retrograde and Mercury retrograde. And, you know, just my goal here is to give you as much information as possible to help you make the decisions that you need to make in your life in an enlightened fashion, and help you keep moving forward on your spiritual journey and on your life path. So thank you so much, and let's go ahead and get to the individual sign readings. Hello to all my Taurians. This reading is for Taurus Sun, Rising, and this reading will also possibly give you a message if you have the moon in Taurus as well, which will affect your emotional world. Okay, so this particular new moon, super new moon in Aries, is going to be taking place in your 12th house. That is the house of secrets. That is our karmic house. That is the house that rules our subconscious, our unconscious actions that we take, and we really don't even know why we're doing things. This is the house that helps us clean out our karma in this lifetime. This can be the house of things that are going on in secret, so secret affairs, perhaps you know, things going on behind the scenes that you are not ready to bring forward to the world yet until the energy is in your first house. The 12th house can have to do very deeply with spiritual matters, and what you deal with in your 12th house can really help you move forward on a consciousness level, okay, of living your life on more of a conscious path than just allowing things that you feel you have no control over to control your life. Okay, so we want to live more consciously and to allow this new moon to highlight those areas so we can work through them and discard what we need to discard and use as strengths what we need to keep with us. Okay, so we are also, for Tauruses, this is at the end of the month, we're going to be going through that Mercury retrograde in your sign from the 28th through to May 22nd. So of course, when Mercury is retrograde in your sign, it's really a time, as I said, to sit back and kind of take a look at plans you've made, rework plans, you know, do self-analysis. Not a time to start something new, not a good time to necessarily travel to places you have not been to before, but if it's somewhere that you have been before, or if it's a job or an employer that you worked with previously, or if it is a relationship from the past that you want to kind of take a look at again, this is the period of time to do that. And you will know that if you start something new during this time, understand that things will change by the time Mercury goes forward. So again, Mars, the Mercury retrograde is starting on April 28th in Taurus through to May 22nd. So let's go ahead. Let me just shuffle the cards one more time. I am using the Dreaming Away Tarot, which is a new deck, and the Art of Life tarot cards for the oracle at the base of the reading. What is the message for this month for Taurus? What is the message for Taurus for this new moon cycle in Aries, highlighting Taurus's 12th house? What is the message? Cut the cards here. Take this fat deck here and see what we've got going on. In the past, we have the Knight of Wands reversed. We have the Ten of Wands reversed in the present. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed in the near future. Cards are moving around a lot. We have Temperance crowning in the reverse position. We have the Six of Pentacles in reversed in the area that rules other people in your life. We have the Nine of Swords in your hopes and fears area. And we have the Emperor in the outcome. Okay, I like that Emperor card there. All right, we've got a bunch of reversals here, but understandably, this would be normal for a period where we have so many planets going backwards. It makes sense that there may be slowdowns or temporary obstacles, but understand that these are only temporary. And at the base of the reading, which is the basis upon which we are receiving this message for Taurus, the card that we are going to receive for Taurus. What is the message for Taurus for this new moon cycle? I'm going to take this one. The Knight of Swords. Okay, the message on this Knight of Swords is this. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily. Not to dare is to lose oneself. Wow, this is an amazing message here, because what this communicates to me is exactly what you are going to be experiencing during these Mercury and Mars retrograde periods. You are in a position where you have the energy, you have the impetus, you have the inspiration to put plans into motion right now, okay? You are ready. You are psychologically ready, you're emotionally ready, you're intellectually ready for major changes in your life, and changes, you want them to happen now. You have the courage, you're ready to dare to do things that you have not done before. You're not afraid to lose your footing temporarily, because you know that anything that is worth it is worth taking a chance on. And if you don't take a chance, you'll never know if you were going to succeed at that, okay? However, because the planets are going retrograde, all of this fiery impetus that you have under you, Taurus, you're going to have to sit back and hold on for a little while before you see things come to fruition, okay? There's a time to reap and a time to sow. There's a time to plant. You have planted seeds. You have emotional inspiration, but right now this period is not going to be the time to forge ahead. Now, whatever you want to put into motion, the best time is between now, the new moon, and say mid-April, around the 15th or so. After that, things are going to slow down. Let's look at what the cards are saying here for you specifically. And we have a lot of wands. We have wands, swords, and pentacles, and we have three major arcana. So there is some spiritual energy here that is guiding you through this month, which you have to defer your own personal action to. In the past, we have the Knight of Wands reversed. And the Knight of Wands says that you've wanted to put plans into action. Things are not moving as quickly as you have hoped. Now, there could be someone in your life of a fire sign, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It could be a male or female, but this also could be the need to make changes, the desire to make changes, and you seeing things as slowed down, you seeing obstacles to your progress. You know which path you want to take, but things are just not moving as quickly as you want them to, all right? This is the Knight of Wands. This could be in a business situation. This could be just changes that you want to have take place in your life. Knight of Wands can also represent moving, so perhaps there is a move of house or travel situation, actual physical movement that you've wanted to take, a trip, but you have been delayed, thwarted, left things happening left and right that have held you back from taking that trip to set plans in motion. Well, the Ten of Wands says that there is work that still needs to be done, okay? What is that work? Well, what I feel it is that you have major effort that needs to be put into work here. You have been under a lot of pressure, Taurus, okay? A lot of pressure to make change in your life, to improve your life, to transform your life from what you have been going through before. You may have been under pressure financially. You may have been under pressure in your work situation. I'm feeling that these are the areas that have been most strongest for you, okay? There is desire for you you have the desire to come to the end of a cycle where now you're coming up over the mountain and you're seeing a clear vista. The time is coming, but it is not yet now. There is still some weight that you're going to need to carry a little bit longer here, okay? And that is what's on you right now. But you're tired of it. You want to let go of this burden. You want to let go of the stress, the pressure, the constant hustle, the constant trying to move a mountain, okay? You are working on moving that mountain, but know that your actions are not for nothing, that your actions are going to yield results. You just have to hold on a little bit longer. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is here in the near future, and it is reversed. And just like clockwork, the Wheel of Fortune comes up a lot when we are on our way into a Mercury retrograde period, because the Wheel of Fortune talks about time and progress and movement. And, you know, you see the wheel here, which is the, you know, like a clock. It also has to do with astrological timing, you know, the zodiac wheel. So talks about astrological influences being very important. When the Wheel of Fortune comes up reversed, it says to you that yes, the changes that you want are coming, Taurus, but they are going to be delayed for a little while. So you have to hold on. You have to revise perhaps your plans, review what it is that you want to happen in the next few months by the summer season, when Mars is moving forward, because you may have to wait until the weather forecast, again, that astrological forecast is under better aspects before you can charge ahead, because any charging ahead right now, you're going to kind of be thwarted in your actions. This does not mean that you can't do things. You can do. You can go back to the drawing board. You can study, you can do research, you can do, you know, a business plan. You can go back to a business plan that you've already created and rework things and make sure that it is still viable. You can look back on projects that you started before and see how you can bring new life to them. So this is an excellent period for finding out what was viable that you have already invested time, money, energy, blood, sweat, tears, love into, and see how you can rework that so that when Mercury goes forward, you are under stronger aspects to start taking baby steps toward your goals. And when Mars goes forward, you have full speed ahead for these subconscious urgings that you have right now. With this new moon in Aries, you may, in your 12th house, you may be spending more time alone. You may be like a monk, you know, at the top of the tower in your, you know, Spartan or sparse room, not really wanting to go out, you know, at the books, making plans, making changes in work that you've already done, editing. I'm seeing editing going through for many of you who may be working on literary projects or theatrical projects. So reworking projects that you've begun before, that you need to breathe new life in. That's what we're talking about. Crowning, we have the Temperance card, and Temperance is, again, a perfect card for this period. Do not try to forge ahead. Be very careful that you're not being aggressive, that you are tempering your actions, that you're tempering your expectations at this time, Taurus, okay? Because you don't want to allow stress that you don't see progress to now, start affecting your health, throw your metabolism off balance, throw your hormonal situation off balance. Stress is one of the worst things that we can be, that we're always exposed to, that can affect our health, our well-being. So when Temperance is reversed, it says stay balanced, watch your temper, watch your emotional reactions to things, let other people go off, let other people act out or, go through their temper tantrums. Don't you be the one to do it, because it will affect your system. It will, talking about ulcers or gastritis or whatever it is, it will throw you off. So this is your advice card. This is what's crowning you. So this is very powerful here, okay? And because it is above the Oracle card here, we're talking about not being afraid to lose to win. Okay, now that's a concept that you might want to meditate on. You might lose your footing temporarily, or lose what you think is progress temporarily, but ultimately it is only momentary. And those who dare not to look to the future and make their plans and be shrewd and be thoughtful about what they want to achieve, those are the people that lose because they didn't dare. All right, but timing is everything here. Now, in the area that rules other people in your life, you have the Six of Pentacles reversed. Someone in your life is being stingy towards you. All right, that's what this means. There is support that is being held back from you for some reason. People may be juggling monies that were supposed to come to you. There may be loans or grants or some type of scholarships or some types of monies that were supposed to be coming to you that are being held back for one reason or another. So part of your due diligence this month may be to look deeply into a situation and to find out what may be holding up others from giving you or granting you or coming up with the support that you have been waiting for. There may be paperwork that was not completed. A lot of times when Mercury is retrograde, there was one form that was not filled out and no one caught it, okay? Make sure that anything that you fill out or any paperwork that needs to be done during this period is filled out completely and thoroughly. Check things for errors, check things for mistakes, check documentation, as I said, for missing pieces that may be needed and that can end up holding up the entire progress because of one simple, thing that was overlooked, okay? So, very important there. Now, you have the Nine of Swords in your hopes and fears area. And the Nine of Swords is a difficult card because it talks about worry. It does not specifically talk about anything happening to you that is reality. The Nine of Swords talks about things that keep us up at night, have us worrying about what's going to have tomorrow, have us worrying about the future, cause sleepless nights. What is it that you are stressed about, Taurus? Whatever it is, you need to bring it out into the light. Bring it out into the open. Turn on the light. Get out of your head. Stop worrying about it and take a very clear an analytical look at whatever it is and find out what needs to be done to make progress in this situation. You have to take a look at what is real and what is only a figment of your imagination. What is something that you can affect and what is only a worryation or a stress. Be very clear about that. Now, if this card came at the end of the reading, I would say, all right, you're going to be stressing out, you're going to have something that's going to be, affecting you negatively, but this card is coming up in your hopes and fears area. This is only in your head right now. So analyze it, work through it, and purge it. This Aries new moon in your 12th house, we're talking about subconscious promptings, subconscious fears that have no basis in reality. Time to purge those things so that, like the Aries, you can move forward and be courageous and groundbreaking in your life with none of that baggage, that inner chatter that has no positive use in your life. Okay, Taurus? And then the outcome here, we're talking about the by the new moon in May, which is going to be May 6th. Again, this is going to be during your birthday period. So we have the Emperor in the outcome, and I really love this Emperor card because next to the Nine of Swords, what it says to me is that look at the way that he is looking at those Nine of Swords. He is analyzing. The Emperor is a powerful leader. The Emperor can be male or female. It's the energy that we're talking about. It is someone who takes command of situations. It is someone who has achieved great things and can look out over his or her life and see where progress has been made, what has been built that is solid, to see where things need to be improved or reworked. This is a benevolent person, someone who is gracious and generous to his or her loved ones. The Emperor is wise, is shrewd, is experienced. He is the higher, the elevation of the King court card. So the Emperor has paid the dues, and he is a gentle, benevolent, and wise ruler. Take a look at it. He is here looking at those Nine of Swords and saying, what can I do about this? Okay, what about this can I change? What about this can I make a ruling over? Or what about this can I set my set an edict into motion or a plan into motion to have these swords put down and put away and sheathed and so that the air is clear, the mind is clear, and there is a clear path to move forward in a decisive manner. The Emperor is a very decisive person. He is the decision maker. He thinks about situations and he rules in a very just way. Now, this can also represent a male influence in your life, a husband, a spouse, a long-term partner, someone who has the qualities that I just described, who is going to be key in fixing this situation for you, who is going to be someone that you can look to for good advice, for support, for encouragement, and for wisdom. So if there is someone like that in your life, look to that person to assist you in really weeding through what is real and what is only concerns, but that are not based on reality for you, okay? So that when Mercury goes forward in the sign of Taurus at the end of May, you know what you need to do and you're ready to do it, and you're ready to take those baby steps, not aggressive action, but baby steps toward your goals, with the expectation that by the end of June, when Mars moves forward, there is going to be a very powerful surge of progress, and you are going to be able to make progress in leaps and bounds. and that part of this year 2016 is going to be very different from the way that you started out 2016. Okay, Taurus, so this is your message for this month's new moon cycle. I hope that it resonated with you. I thank you always for your support for my videos and for Facebook, as well as your support with my blog on wordpress.com. If you would like a personal reading with me, you have the option for a mini reading or a full-length reading. Check over on my website, and I'll be happy to book a reading for you. Thank you again for your support, for your love, for your feedback, for your enthusiasm, and I bid you, as always, namaste.